Look at that little black baby born and they call it Enoch Powell. Nah, it's the most stupid thing I've ever seen.
Why?
Because they'll get each other's letters.
Oh, my God. Oh, crikey. Oh, God. Oh, dear. Both thunder high. Morning, Mrs. Knapp. Morning, Arthur.
Morning.
Morning.
Oh, bloody cold. Bloody cold.
Well, it shouldn't be cold. It wouldn't be cold if you'd come down when I called you.
I wasn't talking about the porridge. I was talking about the weather. It would have been just as bloody cold if I'd have come down when you called me.
Well, eat your porridge. That'll soon warm your cockles.
Oh, that'll do you good. That's the stuff for the cold weather. That's why the Scotsmen have it.
Oh.
And they can have bare legs, short kilts, and nothing underneath.
Nothing underneath in this weather. They'll get frost on doodle.
Frost on doodle. That's the only thing he hasn't been on.
This porridge tastes very hot.
Oh, yes, that keeps the cold out, you see. Warms up the marrows.
Never mind the bloody marrows. I'm freezing to bloody death here. Tell me, do Scotchmen put curry powder in porridge?
No, they put a drop of whiskey in, but they never put curry powder, no.
Scotchmen never put curry powder in porridge.
Definitely.
Mrs. Bartok does.
She puts it in because she thinks you like it.
I do like curry powder, but not with every bloody thing. Curry powder with this, curry powder and everything.
Right, all right. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll talk to her. I'll broach the subject tactfully, right? We don't want to upset her. And She hasn't put curry powder in your tea, has she?
No, thank God. It's the only bloody thing she hasn't put curry powder in.
Oh, would you like some curry powder in your tea, Kevin?
No, thank you, Mrs. Bartok.
Are you sure?
No, thank you. No, thank
It's
you.
no trouble.
No. Whoever heard of bloody curry tea?
What's upset him this morning?
Well, Mrs. Bartok, it's the weather.
Oh, yes. Well, of course, he'd feel it more than us, wouldn't he? I mean, they're not the same as us, are they? Not quite the same. I mean, those thin legs. I mean, well, they're different. You know, there is a difference. Oh, I'm not speaking against him, mind you. I'd never do that. But what I mean is, well, they're not as weatherproof as we are. That's what I mean.
Yes, it's the skin, you know.
That's what it is.
Yes, they're not acclimatised to our climate, you see.
They're not as weatherproof as we are.
No, what they do, you see,
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean that.
what they do, you see, if he's been here a few more years like we are, you know what'll happen? Get more like us. You see, in their climes, they got big pores. Sweat comes out, right? But what it does, it keeps the cold in. That's why they've all got thin legs.
Not weatherproof.
When he's been with us a few more years, he'll get more like us, and he won't feel the cold then. Right, quick run down to the bus stop. Get upstairs, the old tobacco fog, right? Okay.
Kevin, you've forgotten your sandwiches.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Thank you very much.
I've put some curry powder in them.
Listen, Woghead, don't you tell me about this country being cold. If you think this country's cold, you want to go to Russia.
Look, stop taking the mickey out of Russia. Russia is a very democratic country. Russia is a workers' paradise.
Yeah, well, why don't you bleeding go out there then?
Because they wouldn't have him, that's why.
Look, there is no colour bar in Russia. No
That's true.
colour bar at all.
They don't need one, they're bloody wise. They won't let you lot in.
They wouldn't bloody let your lot in. Look, they built a wall against your lot.
I don't want to go out there, wall or no wall. I'm quite happy in my own country, and I'd be a bloody sight happier if we added a bit more to ourselves.
Look, cracky, if it weren't for the Pakistani men and women over here, who would run your transport service and your National Health Brigade?
Listen,
Answer
Sambo,
me
we
that-
don't need you to run our transport service. We've managed without you lot for years. And likewise,
Get your
we
feet
don't
up, get your
need
feet
you
up.
to run our National Health Service either. Bloody coons. I wouldn't let no nig-nog doctor muck about with me, I'm telling you that.
You're bloody right, bloody right, Norman. We had one of them bleeding coon doctors come round to our house and put my missus to bed for a week. She needs rest, he said. Bloody cheek, she needs rest. I said, who's going to cook my dinner? Who's going to cook my dinner while she's laying in bed with her leg up, eh? Bloody cheek. I said, how would you like it if I was to go round to your house and put your missus to bed for a week so's you got no bloody dinner, eh? How would you like? Because I had him there, didn't I? I had him. He hadn't got any answer for that, see? So he said, your wife is ill. Bloody cheek. I said, how would you know whether my wife was ill or not? Listen, Sambo, I said, when I come round to see you and told you that I was ill, you couldn't find nothing wrong with me, could you? Because he was baffled, he was, you see. Baffled with what I had, you see. I said, look, Sambo, just because you're baffled with what I've got, I don't mean to say that I ain't got it. And he never gave me no bloody certificate neither. I had a couple of tickets for the replay, the football, in the afternoon. So the bloody coon, I had to go and lose half a day's pay on account of him not giving me no certificate. Well, I can't afford to go and lose half a day's pay just to watch football. That bloody swine. I mean, you pay in, you expect to get a bit out, don't you?
You've had more out than you've ever paid in, you lazy owl get. If I had my way, I'd put you out to grass.
Yeah, you're just about due for the knacker's yard.
Oh. Look, if I had my way, I'd melt you down for white Wellington boots. Smelly welly.
It says here that the Foreign Officer advising British birds not to resist rape.
Blimey, we're getting more permissive here every day.
What is this permissive society you keep talking about?
It means that we use contraceptives and you bloody lot do it for pleasure. You and your Kama Sutra stuff.
Kama Sutra, I tell you, is a doctrine of the spiritual conjunction of two human beings in physical contemplation at the most highest, exquisite, transcendental spiritual level.
What's that mean?
In your language, give it one.
Give it one? The bloody book's that thick. That's the trouble. Look what it did to Gandhi. He had to give up the Kama Sutras when he was 40. Ruined his health. No wonder he's got thin legs.
It doesn't apply here. It only applies to British birds out in Libya. Apparently, there's been a revolution, and them Libyan soldiers are at it, raping everything in sight.
Bloody wogs.
Yeah, and so the government here, the Foreign Office, have told birds not to resist it out there because they think it's better to be raped rather than shot.
Yeah, well, they are. I mean, they're far better off being raped than shot, aren't they?
Well, that's what I reckon.
Well, I don't think so. I wouldn't like my missus to be raped by some wog.
That's because you only want a bloody shot.
Now, not just my missus, Kenneth. I mean any British bird.
Bird? You could hardly refer to your missus as a bird, Norman. I mean, she's more like a...
Go on. Say it.
All right, don't get a cob on. I mean, I couldn't call her any worse than you call her, could I?
Luke, she's my missus. I can call her what I like, can't I? But it doesn't mean that you
I
can't.
haven't called her anything yet,
No,
have
you're
I?
bloody well thinking it, weren't you?
Look, let's ask Harper. Harper, what do you reckon?
Reckon what?
I mean, is it better for girls to be raped rather than shot?
A daft question. The answer's obvious, isn't it?
Well, I reckon so, yeah.
Any decent, self-respecting girl is sooner be shot than raped.
Oh, especially by a wog.
In the paper, it says the Foreign Office are advising all British birds out there to resist rape. It says it here, look, it's in black and
Yeah,
white.
I don't have to see it. I've read it. That's your typical Labour government, that is. They're lowering all our sense of values, they are. They're degenerating this country into a immoral and a corrupt nation.
Here.
Lord God!
Yeah, never mind, Lord Gort. In the olden days, a woman's honour was held higher than a bullet. The loss of a good woman's virtue was a fate worse than death. Nowadays, virginity is nothing now. It's laughed at, scorned.
That's because it's a bloody drag, that's all.
Doesn't matter whether she's in drag. Listen, Kenneth, when I was a young boy, a man would not marry a girl unless she was a virgin.
Is that why you never got married? Couldn't you find one?
I've found plenty. Too bloody many me.
Get out of it. Who fancy you?
Listen, this bird last night said I looked like Steve McQueen.
Bloody Steve the Queen.
Yes, a girl should save herself for the man she intends to marry.
What, I'm told the fella can go out all night on the rampage.
Yeah, no, and a man, if he's any respect his girl is going to marry her, he should save himself and his body. I've kept myself pure.
What about Mrs. Bartok? Don't tell me you ain't give her one.
Yeah, now listen, no, as true as he is my maker. Don't Mrs. Bartok and I have an understanding. Mrs. Bartok ever laid a finger on me in any shape or form, I'd leave that house immediately.
And I have the same understanding too. If Mrs. Bartok interfered my shape or form in any way, I would leave that house immediately.
I have a respect for Mrs. Bartok.
And I don't fancy her.
She's been very good to you.
Oh, she's been very good. Curry fish bloody fingers every night of the week. I'm going to look like curry fish finger. Curry everywhere.
She only does it to make you feel at home, make you feel welcome.
I know she's a nice woman, I understand that, but me, I prefer a dolly skirt baby with little mini skirt here and big Bristol Rovers like footballs. What's that?
Early warning red.
What?
Smelly's in the carsy.
Come on, that's enough. Tea break over, come on.
Did you know that in Pakistan, when you buy a wife, you must make sure that she has a variation of many kinds of meals she can cook Not just bloody curry fish fingers like over here.
You mean you buy your wife out there?
Oh, yes, and if she's shop-soiled, the price goes down.
What? You mean you actually go shopping for a wife?
Many Englishmen go shopping for wives.
No, we don't do that here.
But I've seen many Englishmen shopping for wives. I mean, you don't go out with the first bird you're going to give it one, do you?
Yes, we don't buy them though.
But you don't get them for free. You take English bird. If you want to get married, you got to have what? Engagement ring, married ring, fridge, washing machine, spin dryer, hair dryer, television in Kazi, and £5 a week for bloody bingo. Hello, darling.
Yes, love?
Telephone.
Good. Thank you, Mrs. Waterhouse. Offside, you. I'll
Offside?
tell you what, I wouldn't mind a wife in Pakistan. I'll tell you what I'd do. If you can get me a brochure, I wouldn't mind one like that.
We haven't got that colour range in Pakistan.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind a used one, like if the price was right, you know.
You wouldn't mind anything if the price was right.
Listen, can you get them on Green Shield stamps?
Yes. In Birmingham, Pakistanis for 7 books of Green Shield stamps, they can get a wife, a car, and a bicycle.
You can have a ride on all three.
Oh, naughty, you're very naughty.
Steady green, lads, all clear.
Hey! Hey! Just you wait till old eunuch pal gets in. We'll soon see who smells then, we will.
Look, there's nothing wrong with them blinking eggs, Arthur.
On those fried eggs, look, they want a bit more shine in the middle. Oi, I'm talking.
I'm testing.
Listen,
Telephone.
fine, all right, fine. Just take that easy. Lord. Hello, Lillycrap Limited. Mr. Morris? Oh, hello, Mr. Morris. How's the good lady? What? Create a redundancy? Just before Christmas? Look, Mr. Morris. Yeah, look, I know there's an economic crisis. Yeah, and the lads are well aware of that. They're on that Lillycrap floor and they're working their fingers to the bone. They know there's a crisis. Listen, Mr. Morris, they're treating it like the Battle of Britain. Yes, they're proud to serve. They want to march shoulder to shoulder into the future. Britain, England and Lillycrap, St. George. And sack one. Yeah, well, listen. Mr. Morris. Swine, he's overspent on his Christmas present, that's what he's done. Him and his fancy woman. How am I going to tell the lads? He's going to make a proper Bob Cratchit out of me. How am I going to break the news? One of them's got to go. I know what. I'll turn it into a laugh. I've just done a bit of funny news, lads. Lads! Hello? It's not Saturday, is it?
Yeah, that Arthur's a bit of a nutter on the old sex bit, isn't he?
Well, all that bit about bloody keeping yourself pure.
Yeah.
Oh, blimey, that's all rubbish, that. I can't get enough of it, me.
Nor me, I don't know anyone who can.
I reckon that will put on the national health. There'd be a lot less bloody nuts in the world if they did.
Yeah. Birds on wheels.
Yeah, same sort of thing. Go to your quack, you ask for 2 blondes, 2 brunettes to be given one daily.
That'd go down very well, that can.
Would do. Mind you, you have to watch the old booze.
Wine, women and song.
No, what happens if you got the old brewer's droop?
Here, listen. What's this meeting all about, Ken?
I don't know, Norman will tell us in a minute.
Yeah, they're open.
Well, come on, get him in, Norm.
3 hours of bitter and a bottle of disinfectant for smelling.
Yeah, as I thought. It's only 11:30.
We're having a union meeting, Arthur.
What about?
About this redundancy you are about to create.
What do you mean? I've only just heard about it myself. How do you know?
I keep my ear very close to the ground.
Yeah, all right, clever Dick. Well, it's not actually redundancy. Well, what it means...
What it means is that somebody gets to push, and I know right away who it should be.
If somebody's got to go, it ought to be a black.
Well, I reckon it will be smelly myself.
Yeah, me too.
Now look, Sambo, if somebody's got to go, it ought to be a black, not a white. It didn't ought to be a white, not a white, a black.
Listen, I know he smells a bit. I mean, I'm the first to admit that, but...
Do I? I don't smell, do I? Do I smell? Do I
Will you shut up, you stinking owlget? And don't stand too near me. Look, I know that he smells... Oh, jeez. Look, I know he pongs a bit, but that's not the point at issue. The point at issue is...
Keep lily crap white.
I didn't say that.
Well, what was you going to say then?
Sack the wog.
Now, wait a minute. The fairest, the most democratic way is to draw lots.
Yes, you're right. That is the way. But supposing one of us loses and one of them wins, that ain't bloody fair, is it? That ain't bloody democratic either. We didn't ought to keep the draw lots with the wogs there just to keep our jobs. That ain't bloody democratic. That ain't. Not for us, it ain't.
I'm inclined to agree with Brother Smelly on this.
Yeah, me too.
You bloody brown nose.
Listen, I've got a good little number here. I mean, be fair, blimey.
Look, the fairest way is to draw lots.
Oh, no, Arthur. The fairest way is last come, first bloody well out.
Oh, no, wait a minute. Do that and we're up before the Race Relations Board.
Yes, well, listen, mate, you sack me and you're up before the racing board, too.
Or me.
Oh, me, Arthur. We've all got our rights with the Race Relations Board now.
You're not bloody coloured.
You don't have to be under the Race Relations Board. We've all got a race now, Kenneth. And no matter who Arthur makes redundant, it is race persecution. You don't want to think you're the only one that's got protection under the Race Relations Act.
Look, I brought the key back from the factory. There's nobody there, so I locked up.
Fine, thank you.
Look at this fella that advertised for a Scotch cook to cook his porridge. Well, he's up before the Race Relations Board for that.
Aye, just because he didn't want no wogger to cook it for him.
Look, Pakistani could cook bloody sight better Scottish porridge than Mrs. Buttock.
We're not on porridge. We're about to create a redundancy. In short term, I've got to sack somebody, and I don't care who it is.
Now, I've
that's
already
nice.
got the
Oh,
board
lovely,
for
yeah.
my union board. None of my members go.
Listen, I think Arthur Blinkerstop is a very fair person, and we all agree to that. And I think we should do what he said. We should draw lots. We have some long straws and one short straw. And whoever draw the short straw, sack him. I think it's bloody fair.
Yeah, very fair to me, yeah.
Now, listen, order, please, order. As shop steward, I'd like to know why you have to create a redundance anyway.
Because we're not capturing the export markets.
How can we capture the export markets of the bloody rubbish we make? I mean, Clockwork Teeth, Fidos, Clockwork motor cars of Lord Snowden singing God Save the Queen is bloody rubbish.
Listen, you're Japanese. They're making the same kind of rubbish as we are, and they're doing very well out of it.
Our bloody rubbish is just as good as their bloody rubbish.
Yeah, but their bloody rubbish is a bloody sight cheaper than our bloody rubbish.
Well, all I can say is we should have dropped a few more bloody bombs on them when we had the chance.
Look, hold it. What we got to do, like Harold said, is get in the common market. That'll put a screw up the Japs, I'll tell you, mate.
Don't be too sure. Don't worry about that.
How can the Japs get in the common market and they're even in bloody Europe?
Don't worry, they'll find a way. Canny little sods. They're a bigger yellow peril than your Japanese and your Chinese put together.
Yeah, that's right. The Chinese was all right in the old Flu Manchu days. They was all right then. Till they all turned bloody red, along with mousy dung. Yeah. Turned bloody red with mousy dung. They used to take, they was content then to take in washing, they was. Chop, washy socky, that's what they used to say. They wouldn't take no bloody washing in now, they wouldn't. They're too bloody proud now. All they can think of is stuffing bloody noodles down your throat. His bloody lot's the same, All they can do is put up these Taj Mahal Raja restaurants, Poppadom houses, hot curries stinking the bloody country out all over the place. Here, Norman, what happened to your Lascars, eh? They was all right, them fellas with the cheap watches and the silken chemises. I like them, I did. They always give you a bit of value for your money, they did. Here, I bought a pair of drawers with a flap on the back for 9pence. Well, I still got them somewhere. They was good fellas, they was. They don't come here no more, though, do they? You know why? Too many bloody wogs about, that's why.
What are you talking about, you stupid Alget? The Lascars were wogs.
No, they wasn't. No, the Lascars wasn't wogs. They was black like them, but they wasn't wogs. They was gentlemen, that's what they was. Gentlemen. They had respect for the white people. That's what they had, the Lascars. I like them Lascars.
All right, lads, now I've decided. I've written all the names out, we put them in an hat and make a draw. And Arthur, you'd better make the draw because you're not involved. It's fairer that way.
Right. Patrick, you've seen democracy at work, right? There we are. Okay, and the name is... We'll take your hand away. Name is Packy Paddy.
Ah,
what a shame.
Oh, no, that's fair. That's fair, Packy.
That is
Could have been
fair.
anybody.
That
I
is
could have
fair.
picked out Packy Paddy. or Packy Paddy. Hey, look at that. No, that's not right. That's cheating.
That's not cheating, that's politics. It's the only way to get the right result. I mean, that's how they choose the prime ministers, and if it's good enough for them, it's good enough for us.
Ah, cheating.
You bloody white Billy Bunter, you! A good man to give you bloody hit fight up snout. I tell you that. No, I go. It's unfair. Prove decadence of white people. I will go and go to the labour exchange, where my cousin Pandit Singh and his wife and 3 children are getting £14.10 a week for doing nothing.
I liked him.
£14.10 a week for nothing.
Oh, yeah. What a
Yeah,
terrible
lots of
shame.
people
All he's got to live on now is £14.
What a shame.
How much? £14.10 for doing that. Is that right?
I don't know, you should...
Come on, lads. £14. Hang on.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. You see what you've done now?
Me? There you are, you see. Black power.
Boom.